Venerable Mahasangha, other religious dignitaries, Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Chairman, Commonwealth Foundation, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, members of the Parliament, distinguished guests, dear friends. It is my pleasure to welcome you all who have traveled here from across the Commonwealth to the Commonwealth People's Forum 2030. You are unique in that you represent the voices, aspirations, visions, and ambitions of your fellow citizens in each of the countries represented here. You also portray their present and their future. It is in this backdrop we take pride in hosting this People's Forum associated with CHOGM held in Asia for the first time in 24 years. We share a lot in common. The language, the art, and the sciences we enjoy today are so much interconnected, and are outcomes of many sacrifices and hard work of our people. We have fought many wars together, and we have also enjoyed peace together. Despite many differences among us, we find many common things too, while sustaining our differences to the extent needed. We have worked together for the common good of our people. The People's Forum has always provided space for pressing issues to be discussed through a multi-stakeholder approach. It allows us to harness the diversity among us. And this year's discussion could not have come at a more opportune time with the post-2015 development agenda upon us. A global commitment for Millennium Development Goals has had successes as well as failures for some of our countries in the Commonwealth. All of you present here today are fully involved at the grassroots level. I'm certain that you have the capacity and the mandate to work with your communities as well as your leaders to address the key issues presently affecting our peoples. Your ability to contribute positively will improve and enrich lives of our peoples on a daily basis. Let me now turn to the theme of the People's Forum this year: equitable growth and inclusive development beyond 2015. The vision for the world beyond 2015 will be to progress beyond poverty reduction towards achieving holistic development that encompasses human rights, equality, and sustainability. It would also have to incorporate the 4 dimensions: ensuring peace and security, inclusive economic development, inclusive social development, and environmental sustainability. World leaders in governments and businesses have now realized that the post-2015 goals need to be carefully designed all policies, mechanisms, and the commitments must create a positive environment for people to achieve their fullest potential. This positive policy environment should also provide the facilitation to protect, promote, and sustain collective human capital and the effective provisions of global public goods. Taking our own example, Sri Lanka is emerging from an era of nearly 3 decades that saw destruction, bloodshed, mayhem, brutality, resultant economic reversals, and human suffering, all due to separatist terrorism. This sad period of our history was destructive, not only in a materialistic way, but also in a way that affected the very soul of our people and our nation. We are finding our way once again through their many obstacles. I am glad to note that the Reality published Commonwealth Compared 2013, a report of the Royal Commonwealth Society, places Sri Lanka at the 15th position among the Commonwealth nations and at the 68th position among nations of the world, 160 in all. I am certain that in years to come, we will be doing better as we address the related core parameters such as competitiveness, the press freedom, inequality, democracy, gender gap, peace, human development, youth, and environmental performances. My country and my people are now searching not just peace, but sustainable peace and harmony. It is only with sustainable peace that we could envision development. As I have stated before, there cannot be peace without development. And equally, there also cannot be development without peace. We have to ensure that the fruits of development reach every individual. The poor, in particular, needs to be specially catered for, simply because they are vulnerable to the slightest change in economy and society. Everyone must have space to grow and flourish. In other words, what we are striving for people-centric progress. You would rightly observe that this journey is not easy. The same could be said of struggles and feats that all Commonwealth states and its people face. With the post-2015 agenda fast approaching, the current discourse nationally and multilaterally has been one of passion and concern. It is not about just what we should achieve post-2015, but also what we have neglected thus far and what requires our immediate attention. The task may sometimes seem onerous, but these shortcomings of our societies cannot be left to the next generation to resolve. I firmly believe that our children and grandchildren should be free from these age-old problems. Will enable them to be creative and innovative, and work for the common good of the people, wherever they live. It is heartening to see that during the next few days, each of you will be able to air your views and concerns. More importantly, the environment will enable you to come together collectively as one voice to explore solutions, the best way forward on the post-2015 development agenda. I look forward to seeing your civil society statement, which will provide a solid foundation to facilitate this work as people-centric agenda. One cannot underestimate the creativity, insight, and the specialized knowledge of the civil society that will add to the successful outcome of the CHOCAM and subsequently aid its members in the implementation process. Your continued commitment towards the people of the Commonwealth has already been illustrated by your presence here today. And I wish you all success on the extensive program of work before you. Sri Lanka is experiencing a time of change, of creativity and expectations of a bright, smiling future for all its citizens. And it is my sincere wish that you will be able to experience at least a fraction of that transformation, and that the positive spirit which it brings would guide all our work during the next few days. While diversity of opinion is natural in civil society, it is important that one basic quality should underpin the work and the thinking of all civil society organizations. This quality, without doubt, should be feeling for one's motherland and commitment to her well-being. The stature and territorial integrity of the country is the crucial consideration. My dear friends, it now gives me great pleasure to declare the 2013 Commonwealth People's Forum officially open. Teruan Saranai, may the noble people gem bless you all. Thank you.
අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමන්ට මේ වේදිකාවට ආරාධනා කළේ පුංචි දරුවෝ. එතුමන් මේ වේදිකාවට කැඳවාගෙන ආවේ පුංචි දරුවෝ. ඔබතුමා අපේ රටේ දරුවන්ට අපේ රටේ ජනතාවට ආදරේ